Baker as she performs God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet
And now please remain standing and join John Vincent as he honors America with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? And the home of the brave.
And it reminds us that nothing lasts forever, except maybe the feeling that echoes here. The hiss of the fastball, the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd. The team finding itself, one pitch, one inning, one afternoon at a time, until the game's on the line and there's magic in the air, and if you're lucky, you get to say, I was there.
Swing and a drive, deep right center, it's not fair.
Yes!
Listen to this crowd.
A season is long and uncertain, and all you can do is keep showing up. Because maybe this isn't just a season, but our season. So here's to another. Let's savor it for whatever it brings us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field as we welcome back some of the most memorable players in Chicago Cubs history. Here to help us celebrate opening day, please welcome Hall of Famer, 1977 Rookie of the Year, 1987 MVP, 8-time NL All-Star, the Hawk, Andre Dawson. Hall of Famer, 1984 NL Cy Young Award winner, 3-time All-Star, Fergie Jenkins. Hall of Famer and 7-time All-Star, Lee Smith. Hall of Famer, Cubs All-Century team member, 1961 National League Rookie of the Year, and 6-time NL All-Star, sweet swinging Billy Williams. Making his way to the mound, he's a 10-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove winner, and a 7-time Silver Slugger. Please welcome Hall of Fame second baseman, number 23, Ryan Sandberg.
Well, the 5 Hall of Famers out there, and it looks like it'll be Ryan Sandberg to unleash the first pitch. And there it is, our ceremonial first pitch. Cubs home opener. Rhino looking good, and great to see the Hall of Famers. We'll continue with more. It's opening day from Wrigley Field. More to come after this.
Chicago's bank.
It's the best. It's magical. Playing at Wrigley Field is like no other. Playing at Wrigley, there's a special aura. You can just walk in a neighborhood and then stumble upon Wrigley Field, and then once you go in, there's so many legends, so many incredible players that have played there.
30 bag, cut number 500.
Wrigley Field has something special. When I build a relationship with the fans, they got me confident, and I know if I don't run hard, they could boo me. So I want to make sure that I did the right thing.
Sammy Sosa running out to the fans in right field.
I think the day game at Wrigley Field is the greatest thing in sports.
Unbelievable. The atmosphere there every single day, everybody's rocking, and it's so special to play at Wrigley Field.
For me, or for Happer, or for Tuck, in the outfield, we get to hear a lot of different things going on behind us, and there's nothing like it, and it gets better every day.
The baseball season is long, 162 games, but there's nothing that makes that more enjoyable than Wrigley Field itself, getting to play 81 home games, the day games, the fans, the passion, the energy, all of it. No matter how you're feeling going into a game, when you come out of the tunnel and up onto the field for the game, it's always going to bring the best out of you.
Welcome to Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network. Cubs opening day is presented by Circa Sports. As we get ready to go here, Shota Imanaga on the mound. The Padres and the Cubs coming up. The Padres undefeated at 7-0. They're packed in over at Murphy's. Yeah, it's Shota day. Here we go. The throwing philosopher making his way out to the bullpen. The fans out in left showing him some love. And we show you some love. Hi, everybody. John Shambi, Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor will join us coming up. Cubs fresh off the opening road trip, and they brought the bats with them.
Indeed, they did. First in Arizona, and then in Sacramento against the A's. They opened up a can. 8 runs per game, batting at .275. Bunch of home runs, 14 times they went deep, 17 doubles. And on we go, taking a lot of walks, doing a lot of slugging. Kyle Tucker, of course, went off. Seiya Suzuki of late has been swinging a hot bat. A little different run-scoring environment here today. Cold wind blowing in, but a really good start for the Cub bats.
Yeah, it's been a really good start. Meanwhile, for the San Diego Padres, in fact, the best start in franchise history at 7-0. Their bullpen has been absolutely brilliant. You look at what the Cubs will present in terms of starting pitching matchups. Vasquez and Imanaga today, and then Pivetta will go up against Boyd, Hart, and Ben Brown. But anytime last year Shota Imanaga started at home, it was an event.
It was an event. There's a buzz in the ballpark. Of course, it's the home opener, but especially so with Imanaga on the mound. He was so good last year and so good here in his home ballpark. And so far, so good this year. 4 no-hit innings against the Dodgers in his season debut over in Japan, and then 7 brilliant innings against the Diamondbacks in Arizona. So Imanaga, who got off to that great start last year, had an .084 ERA through 9 starts, off to a great start again in 2025.
Cubs hoping to continue their role from the road trip on offense. Jameson Taillon signing for the fans. The Padres are 7-0. We don't care. We're home at Wrigley Field. That's right. Lineup's first pitch coming up. Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Circa Sports, by Advocate Healthcare. Let's live well and make the most of every moment, game day, and every day. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. John Sciambi, Jim Deshaies is back here at Wrigley. The Padres and Cubs coming up. Time to send it downstairs. It's a happy opening day, T-Mac.
It feels so good to be back at Wrigley Field, doesn't it? It also feels good for the Cubs coming off of the offensive explosion we saw out of them in Sacramento. A lot of different guys you could point to who had success, but I want to focus in on Seiya Suzuki. 4 homers over a 4-game span. Craig Counsell put it best. He said, we had some, oh, wow, moments with Seiya in Sacramento, and what they love about him, he's more aggressive at the plate, but he is hitting the ball hard. It's something that we've seen out of him, but guys, this rate, yes, it's a small sample, but 54% hard hit rate early. If he can keep that up, good things will happen, Boog.
Yeah, pretty good combo with Tucker and Suzuki as we get ready for the Cubs to take the field. Shota Imanaga, who of course made his major league debut last year, the Cubs home opener against the Rockies, and he was absolutely sensational. Shota leads him out onto the field. What a first year he put together, and already what a first couple of starts he has put together here in 2025. Happy opening day, happy Shota day here at Wrigley.
Yeah, you know, in a world of what have you done for me lately, we have to be encouraged with what we've seen from Shota Imanaga so far this year after that brilliant rookie season. Check out that note at the bottom of the graphic. 31 starts in his career now, and the Cubs are 24-7 in those games. This will be the second consecutive year he started the home opener. Boog referenced his outing against the Rockies last year, and year number 2 for Shota after signing that 4-year deal with the Cubs.
Well, you think about longest tenured players for the Cubs, and one of the guys you focus on, Ian Happ. He has that love affair with the guys in the left field bleachers. Of course, Bleacher Jeff and company greeting him as Happer makes his way out, tips his cap, and says, looking forward to 78 more of these, everybody.
Hello, old friends. Good to see you again.
3 times he's won the Gold Glove the last 3 years. All right, let's check out the lineup Mike Shildt has put together for the Padres to go up against Shota Imanaga. It'll be Tatis, Arise, and Machado. Then Bogarts, Merrill, Gurriel, Cronenworth, Lockridge, and Maldonado. This is a lineup that should do some scoring. They were 6th in the NL, 8th in the majors in runs per game last year. So far this season, they are 2nd in the big leagues with a .298 team batting average. Just 7 games in, yeah, but they're 3rd in on-base percentage. Here's the other thing, JD. They don't strike out. They have the lowest strikeout rate in the bigs so far. And again, small sample size alert, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's kind of their DNA as hitters. A high average. They hit .263 as a club last year. Tops are tied for tops in the National League with the Diamondbacks. They'll do a little slugging. They've been running the bases aggressively.
And here we go from Wrigley Field. Imanaga. Shota is ready and fires. And first pitch swinging and fouling it away is Tatis. And we are underway here at the friendly confines. Fernando Tatis Jr. off to a red hot start at .423. They decided to plug him into the top spot in their order. JD, things have changed a lot since when you were pitching and the type of guy that would lead off, and now you see more and more teams inclined to put their top hitter or one of their top hitters and a guy with power up top.
Yeah, you like to have slug in the leadoff spot. Ideally, you like a guy who walks a little bit.
Here's the 0-2 now. One of the things we've seen from Imanaga, especially against righties, again, 2 starts, but he's leaning on that splitter even more so far.
Yeah, and I would suspect we're going to see one right here. He's been riding that fastball up in the zone to Tatis. And see if he goes splitter here, tries to finish him off.
0-2 now. Imanaga delivers. And that one off the end of the bat and just foul.
And there's the look on the split finger pitch from Imanaga. Last time out against the Diamondbacks, really good. 7 innings, allowed just 1 run. He threw first pitch strikes to better than 70% of the batters he faced. And inducing a lot of weak contact, a lot of pop-ups when he's on his game.
Here's the 0-2. On the ground to third, Shaw charges. And there's one away. Good start for Shota. Hey, it's time now for the keys to the game. They're brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers and by Jim DeShea.
Yeah, home show showed Imanaga last year in this ballpark, a 2.72 ERA. I mean, he was good everywhere, but he was especially good here. The 2-3 punch of Tucker and Suzuki have been red hot lately. The pen is mightier. Well, that can apply a couple different ways. Cubs bullpen good in Sacramento. Padres bullpen has been brilliant through their first 7 games.
Luis Ariz, 3 straight batting titles he has won. On the ground, Bush on the backhand. Imanaga, 2 outs. Michael Bush, who turned into a fine defender at first base, hoping to continue that growth this season.
7 pitches into this game, and the Padres have swung at 6 of them. We talk about the low strikeout rate. They don't walk a ton either. This is a club that collectively likes to swing the bats.
Pitch to Machado, and Manny swinging, and foul tip that into the mitt of Miguel Amaya. Just getting going at Wrigley Field. John Shambi, Jim DeShays, and Taylor McGregor. Where else would you rather be? Here's the 0-1.
The numbers from last year here in this ballpark for Shota. 7-2 with a 261. Look, check out the strikeout to walk ratio.
The 1-1 in there, says Shane Livensparger.
Machado didn't like it, but it appeared to catch the bottom of the zone. This pitch is designed to get a swing. Machado lays off a pitcher's pitch right at the notch of the knees.
Here comes the 1-2.
Machado coming off an outstanding year. He hit 275, 29 home runs, batted in 105.
Another 1-2. And that one downstairs, he wouldn't bite. So even up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch. And that's pop foul and off out of play.
Shota will use his breaking ball a little bit to the left-handed hitters. Against the righties, it's not exclusively, but almost exclusively fastball, split finger. He didn't like where he left that one. Feels like he got away with one.
Lefty ready and deals. And again, Machado hanging in there spoils that one. A heater at 92.
Yeah, he's trying to put him away with that high fastball, and Machado able to get a piece and push this at bat.
Let's see what he goes with here. Shota fires, and that one misses down and in. Quite a battle between these two.
Yeah, good try there, right? He's been throwing a lot of high fastballs on the split finger pitch. He comes off it, tries to throw a fastball down over the inside part of the plate. Just kind of giving him a little bit of a different look.
Time called by Machado as he steps out. Manny Machado, 32 years old, and a guy who has put together a heck of a career. Good defender at third, has the slug, the 3-2. And that one is in there, got him. Machado down on strikes, and Shota gets him 1-2-3. Midway in the first, Padres nothing, and the Cubs coming up to hit. It's the home opener from Wrigley. here at Wrigley. Ian Happ making his way to the dish. And let's check out the Cubs lineup, brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, the top three. Then Bush, Swanson, Horner, PCA, Shaw, and Amaya. And Ian about to climb in against the right-hander Randy Vasquez. Cubs coming off a 3-game sweep in Sacramento as Happ takes a strike. They scored 35 runs on 41 hits.
Randy Vasquez, 26-year-old right-hander. Padres got him in the Juan Soto deal with the Yankees. Last year he made 20 starts, posted a 4.87 ERA. He'll give you a lot of different looks. Sweeper, curve, cutter, change. A lot of breaking pitches.
Big shift in the infield to pull. The 1-1 is slapped foul back to the screen, and it's 1-2. As far as Vasquez, 26 years old. He was originally signed by the Yankees for only $10,000 in 2018. So he certainly fought his way to the big leagues. 1-2 is high. JD, I have a key to the game. You ready?
Yes, bring it on.
My extra key to the game would be lean left. I think you got to focus on the lefty hitters for the Cubs, because in his career Vasquez has given up damage to the guys from this side of the plate. Base hit, left field. Ian Happ the other way. Speaking of left-handed hitters, the big bopper come to the plate, and here comes Kyle Tucker.
Right fielder number 30, Kyle Tucker.
Now this guy's gotten off to quite a start. 5 doubles, 4 homers. And he climbs in on that left side. First pitch swinging and bounce it foul.
And we've seen a decent amount of that from Kyle Tucker too. He goes up there with a plan. If he gets something in his zone that, you know, he's ready to go. He's not, you know, he'll work deep counts, but he's ready to swing.
But it's interesting because I don't like aggressive. To me connotes a guy that's not going to walk a lot, and he does walk a lot. So it's he's able to live in both worlds, so that if you're going to throw it right down the middle on pitch 1, he is absolutely going to try to waffle it. That said, he's also selective and really looking for a specific pitch, and it will yield walks and, as you said, deep counts.
He's passive aggressive, Boo.
The 1-1 inside, and now 2 balls and a strike.
Well, I think he recognizes, he knows who he is as a hitter, and he knows a lot of pitchers aren't going to throw him that cookie. But he's ready for it if they decide to serve it up.
Knows the strike zone well, does not chase. Happ at first, nobody out. And that one down and in, and they continue to go at that spot. Now 3-1.
To your point on Vasquez, career left-handed hitters, a .319 batting average, .385 on base, and a .500 slugging percentage. So left-handed hitters have really done a lot of damage against them.
Happ edging away at first. Arise holds him on. The 3-1 on the ground, but foul. Jose Javier getting out of the way down there.
Timing matters in this sport, and the Cubs will not face the top 2 starters in the Padres rotation in this series. Yu Darvish currently on the IL. Joe Musgrove is out after Tommy John surgery. No King, no Dylan Cease for the Padres here this weekend.
Yeah, so a little bit of a break as it relates to that. 3-2. Tucker waits. Here comes. There goes a runner. In the air out towards left field and out left center. It'll be Merrill. Tucker retired. And with 1 away and a man at first, we'll take a look at who's been getting it done. Presented by the Home Depot. And Taylor McGregor mentioning an aggressive Seiya Suzuki in last 4 games, 9 for 19 with 4 home runs. I'll say. First one to Seiya.
And a little bit of a cheapie to right field in Sacramento the other day, but the other ones were crushed. One straightaway center in Sacramento, way up off the batter's eye. A long, deep drive in Arizona to the big part of the yard.
Here's a 1-0. Ripped down to left side, but curls foul. Cubs also this year have been utilizing the running game. Suzuki.
Yeah, and I would think the running game would be a little bit more in play now that we're back home in colder weather, a little tougher to slug, wind blowing in from center field here today.
That was the thing that Craig Counsell, even though he's managed here a ton of times prior to last year, he couldn't get over just the way the weather played at Wrigley. And last year it did not yield a lot of offense. The 1-1 inside. Cubs have stolen 11 bases, have not been caught yet this year. Vasquez sets. The kick to 2-1. And a good eye. Now 3 balls and a strike. Vasquez brilliant in his first start. March 29th, 6 shutout innings against the Braves. Padres team ERA is 1.57. That leads the Bigs. Their bullpen is 0.68. Their ERA. 3-1 popped up. Right side. Arise makes the call and a catch.
Well, there's that big deal made back in December of 2023. 5 for 2. Of course, Juan Soto, the big prize in that deal, going to the Yankees. But the Padres have got pretty good return on that deal. And weren't going to be able to keep Soto anyway.
Here's Michael Busch. And the first offering misses down and in. Busch at 259, a homer at 4 knocked, and he's been hitting the ball hard. He's been hitting the ball on the ground a lot. Happ at first, 2 away. No score here at Wrigley. Busch back in and a 2-0. Check swing went too far. It's a strike. And now 2-1 on Michael. Michael Busch, 27 years old. Native of Minnesota. Played his college ball at North Carolina. First round pick of the Dodgers in 2019. Takes down and in. And one of the things that we've seen with Michael Busch is the ability to be selective, to take walks.
Check out this alignment of the Padres. They're really bunching the middle here against Michael Busch. Some redundancy with Bogaerts and Machado so close to each other.
3-1 fouled away. I believe, and we can double check this, and you're wondering, well, where's Bogaerts? Is he too far over? I believe there were 2, I'll call it the overshift, 2 overshift violations all of last year. So it just didn't come into play very frequently.
Yeah, I mean, he's right there on the edge, as close as you can get to second base without being over the line.
Three balls, 2 strikes the count. Vasquez taking his time, fires. Happ goes, ball 4, and now 2 are aboard and an opportunity for Dansby Swanson. Cubs with runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. It's the home opener here at Wrigley.
Vasquez does not have a ton of experience. I mentioned the 20 starts he had last year, a cup of coffee the year before that. So not a big body of work as a big league pitcher. But the one thing that jumps out at you, he doesn't strike people out. A very low strikeout rate. perhaps more suited for the bullpen, but this opportunity as a starter with Darvish on the IL.
First one to Swanson, misses outside. And again, when you see a guy with a low strikeout rate, I don't know about for you, but the next thing I think about is, well, then you get the ball on the ground. But that's not his play either. Two on, two out. 1-0 to Dansby. 2-0. 24 pitches, 14 of them out of the strike zone so far. Happ at second, Bush at first, 2 down. And that one running inside.
Fourth consecutive batter that he's got 3 balls on. He did pitch scoreless baseball in his outing against Atlanta, but he walked 4 in those 6 innings. So he did have to deal with some traffic.
3-0. And that's inside, and they're loaded. Here comes Nico Hoerner.
And not just the fact that he's missing, but missing by a pretty wide margin. Has to be some concern in the Padre dugout.
So Ruben Niebla, the pitching coach, will head out to the hill. A single and a couple of walks. Last year, Wrigley Field played with a park factor of 29 as it relates to hitters. Only Seattle was less hitter friendly. And obviously the wind plays into it. Wind appears to be blowing in a bit. Here's Hoerner. Golden opportunity for Nico. Looking for a strike and line it somewhere. The pitch outside.
And this crowd is buzzing. They have been since the first pitch, and they would really light up should Nico deliver here.
Quarter contact guy with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Happ, Bush, Swanson on the bases. And that one squirts away from the catcher Maldonado. 2 balls, no strikes.
Blank.
Yeah.
We used to say he's got a goat head in there.
What?
Yeah, but a catcher would clank one like that. I have no idea the origins of that.
Bases loaded, 2 down, 2-0. Hoerner waits. And here comes. Right through there for a strike.
It's like Nico's using the tornado bat, bowling pin bat, whatever they call it.
The 2-1 is upstairs and inside. And now he's one bad one away from forcing in a run.
He channeled that 2-0 fastball, and Nico was taking all the way. I think he'll be ready for it this time. He can't hear. He can't hear the pitch count with this crowd.
Well, turn up the volume then. Vasquez listening in. Maldonado pushing the buttons. Here we go. 3-1. Outside ball 4. And the Cubs take the lead 1-0. A bases loaded walk, and Vasquez has walked 3 in a row. And that overall is the scouting report on Vasquez. Will he throw enough strikes?
Listen to this crowd, man. They are fired up.
And chanting for Pete Crow Armstrong. And that's in there for a strike. PCA, who've been hyper aggressive on first pitches, he's been swinging a ton. The 0-1. It fouled. A rarity for him to take a strike. He had been swinging, JD, at 85% of the pitches that were thrown in the strike zone up until those first two. On the ground, glove by Vasquez. He'll toss to a rise. And PCA retired. But the Cubs get on the board. It's 1-0 into 1.
Cubs on top 1-0 as we go to the top of the second. So nice to see baseball back at Wrigley Field, but this offseason there was everything but baseball happening beginning in November when Northwestern played their final 2 games here at Addison and Clark, and then on New Year's Eve it was the Chicago Blackhawks who hosted the St. Louis Blues at the Friendly Confines, and then after that, January 3rd and 4th, there was some college hockey played here at the Friendly Confines that they called the Frozen Confines. Little play on words there. I was talking to Dan Kiermaier about all of the work. He feels like every offseason there's more and more, and they love it. It's a challenge for them. But the grass did not get laid until March 12th, so less than a month to get this place prepared for opening day. He said the latest it's ever happened was back in 2018 when they renovated the home clubhouse. So it has been done in a shorter period of time, but this year was certainly longer down the stretch than usual. And then another big adjustment they made is actually in the Cubs dugout right here. We'll show you. One of the benches was removed. So a lot of the players would say if you sat on the back bench, you were not able to see the field, and there wasn't a ton of room in front of that bench where Craig Counsell and the coaches stand. So removing that was a nice welcomed addition by a lot of the guys who are in the dugout every day. Just a lot more room to move around and more visibility of the field, Boog.
Yep, so right now I think we got a little pitch comm situation. Either volume or charging. Shane Livensparger saying, I think I can hear that. I think it's okay. That will not be a visit. And
opportunity for Shota to display the flow.
That's right. The glorious mane. I think the field looks magnificent. It's what Taylor was talking about. Dan Kiermaier and the guys do an outstanding job. Bogaerts reaching there. The count 1-2 on the shortstop. Xander Bogaerts. It is year 3 in San Diego. Signed 11 years, $280 million. 4 times an All-Star. He hasn't quite been the player with the Padres that he was with the Red Sox. Lefty sets and fires. In the air out towards left center field. That's pretty well struck. Pete Crow Armstrong back, and he reaches out and makes the catch. Oh, what a grab. Up against the wall, PCA. He was running out of room and was able to haul it in.
He is so good out there. He makes difficult plays look easy. He's got this one measured. The question was, would it stay in the ballpark or not? He's running out of room as he gets close to that brick wall. And A bit of a collision, but no issues for PCA.
First one to Merrill. He swings and fouls it back. JD, that is a play. That is a hard play, period, full stop. At Wrigley Field, it is way harder than at the other 29 parks because of the brick wall back there.
Yeah, that's a consideration. Don't want to run headlong into a brick wall. That's no fun for anybody. No. Wind is blowing in at 9 miles per hour, so on another day, it's a run on the board for the Padres, but I hang with them for Xander Bogaerts.
Ball to strike. Merrill waits. Here comes Jackson Merrill, who just signed a big contract extension. He finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting. How about that crop? Skeens, Merrill, Churio, and Imanaga. 4 really good players.
Yeah. And, you know, the guys that didn't win it in the other year, all 3 of those guys putting up numbers good enough to claim that award.
The 1-2. In the air left field. Happ towards the line, slowing down, and he makes the catch. And the Gold Glover able to haul that one in.
All right, Kyle Tucker, it's your turn. And this ball probably got a little spin taking it away from me, and Happy's feeling for the wall. Can't afford to take your eye off the baseball. You know you're running out of room. There's not a whole lot of foul territory in that corner, and there's an appreciative Shota Imanaga.
And now it's Yuli Gurriel. We just saw his brother Lourdes out in Phoenix. Nice play by Happ.
Great concentration.
In the air center field, playable. PCA, and he's got it. And the Padres go 1-2-3. We're midway in the second. It's 1-0.
Cubs lead as we go to the bottom of the second, and Matt Shaw steps into the batter's box for the first time at Wrigley Field. He told me this offseason the moment he was looking forward to the most was playing in the friendly confines. He's never played here, and he's only been here once. That was back right after he was drafted in 2023. He remembers looking around with excitement, anticipating this day. And Craig Counsell said before the game today, if there's anyone whose shoes he wants to walk in today, they're Matt Shaw's, because he's getting to experience everything for the very first time. Playing here, walking into this ballpark, the clubhouse, and he was joking that yesterday when the team was going through their workout, that there were a lot of curse words because people were trying to figure out exactly where to go. He said there was one guy whose name he would not disclose that walked towards the elevator looking for the showers. So we have to remember these athletes are people too, experiencing Wrigley Field for the first time, and certainly Matt Shaw at the top of that list because he's a rookie and getting to experience the big leagues as well, Booth.
Yeah, it's like a whole city underneath the field, right? I mean, it's big. You can get lost down there.
Yeah, and you know, it's like when you first go to high school, you got to find your homeroom and where the classes are. And you want to be cool about it. You don't want to be asking the upperclassmen. You might get a pink belly or something.
A what?
Pink belly? Not familiar?
I'm not familiar with the pink belly. I mean,
it was a hazing ritual in my youth.
Really?
On the school bus, yeah, the freshmen, they give you a pink belly. You can imagine what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Kids were mean back then.
Yeah, they were. Pink belly. Ball to strike. Miguel Amaya. Cubs catching tandem of Amaya and Kelly. They've gotten off to a great start. Vasquez says yes and deals. And that one tapped foul at the plate.
Well, it certainly could have been worse for Vasquez in the first as he walks 3 in a row after 2 were out. Allowed just the 1 run, so he avoided the big crooked number. And the question is, will he be able to settle in and string some zeros here for the Padres? Mayo had that strong finish to the 2024 season, off to a good start here this year.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And a breaking ball down and away. Time now for Intelligence Center, powered by CDW and HP. I alluded to this earlier, but you looked at offense at Wrigley Field last season. The Cubs plus their opponent 7.35 runs per game. 29th out of 30 teams. Batting average 226. 29 out of 30 teams. The slug 29 out of 30. And obviously the wind is a huge factor there. I was mentioning to you off the air that Fangraphs has an article out in which they predict that the games at Steinbrenner Field, that the wind factor at Steinbrenner Field might be more severe than at Wrigley.
Wow. Steinbrenner Field, of course, in Tampa, where the Rays are playing their home games because the Trop was damaged in the storms. We go there this year?
We do not. They come to us. Okay. Ian Happ 1 for 1. He has scored the game's only run. The 1-2 outside.
There are those that would say it's fitting that Steinbrenner Field is windy. With apologies to George, but you know, he was known to make a little noise.
Yeah. Two and two. Here it comes. Been identified as a potential windbag 1 or 2 times.
Nothing wrong with that. You gotta make your presence felt, Boo.
Yes. Ian Happ climbs back in, hoping to announce his presence with authority. Swing and a miss, and Vasquez having none of it. A strikeout. Cubs, though, still lead it 1-0. Back here at Wrigley, we go to the top of the third. It is 1-0. Cubs leading the Padres, and here is Jake Cronenworth. Cronenworth and Lockridge, then Maldonado against Imanaga. And Jake takes a strike. One tapped towards first. Bush is there, gobbles it up, steps on the bag, and there's one away. It's time now for the Miller Lite moment. We take you back to Shota Imanaga's MLB debut. When it was all said and done, 6 innings, 2 strikeouts, 9 Ks, no walks against the Rockies. And of course, for his warm-up music, he picked the Fratelli's Chelsea Dagger. I think we had a pretty good idea of how much fun he was going to be. As Craig Counsell has alluded to, he is the rare athlete that shows you both the joy and the competitor at the same time. Brandon Lockridge, the 0-1, is cut on and missed. Lockridge, 5th round pick by the Yankees in 2018. He starts in left field today. Fly ball right field, playable for Tucker. And Kyle Tucker makes the grab. There's 2 down.
I don't have much of a book on Lockridge, but I'm going to make a note. And my scouting report says I think he likes to swing at the high fastball. We've seen a lot of.
Did you make that note?
Mentally.
Okay. And now Martin Maldonado. Fly ball in the air, left field, going back, his hat turning, looking, gone. Maldonado with a home run, and the Padres have tied it up. For Martin Maldonado, his first of the season.
Maldonado on this club because of his ability to handle a pitching staff. He's had a long career without being much of an offensive force, a lifetime 203 hitter, but he does have a little pop, and if you make a mistake, he can make you pay. And this one kind of moves into his happy zone, inner half and up a little bit.
And it just got out into the basket. And now Tatis swings and misses. Line drive and a base hit up the middle. Tatis with a 2-out single to center. So a man aboard in front of Luis Ariz.
What a catch this would have been. Nico Horner laying out to try to snag this line drive, comes up just a little bit short. Tatis a threat to run aboard. So 2 quick outs and then the home run and solid single by Tatis.
Throw over to first, and Tatis back in. Padres have 15 stolen bases, been caught once. Tatis is 5 for 5. See Amaya down on a knee. We were talking about this even with a guy on base. That's the trend we see throughout Major League Baseball. There was a tweet that I saw. Can you say a tweet on X?
Sure.
Yes, I just did. But basically showing that every opening day catcher was going to the one knee stance. I mean, that's how much it's transformed. Everybody's doing it.
No, I got that stuck in my head.
The 1-1, it's fouled away. Come on, JD. Everybody's doing it.
Well, it helps the catcher get low. It's all about framing pitches, and they've determined that it's not a negative in terms of blocking the ball in the dirt, because that's what people thought for the longest time. Mobility is limited.
Travis Sawchik did a great piece just going over the data. There's no information that suggests that there have been more wild pitches, more pass balls, that the ball gets past catchers on a knee more frequently, and the framing part of it's just too valuable. The 1-2 line softly caught by Swanson, and the inning is over. Padres leave a man, they get the homer from Maldonado, and we're tied up at 1. Back here at Wrigley Field, we go bottom of the third, tied at 1. It's the Cubs home opener at Wrigley, and we go downstairs and say hello to the manager, Craig Counsell. You were entertained by Kyle Tucker up there doing the geography thing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good challenge.
Would you be good at that?
I think I could. Yeah, give me cities I've been to. It'd be all right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. 1-1 game. Nice to be back at home. There's always a buzz at this place, right? I mean, a day like today, but especially a day like today at Wrigley is always cool.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, every day at Wrigley's a great day, and it's an honor and privilege to get to come here and come to work every day. But opening day is special, and you can feel it in the crowd today.
Yeah, Craig, you've been around the game a long time, have experienced a lot. Did you up early today? Were you? No, that's a bad call.
No, it was a normal day. You know, excited to get here, of course, but pretty good night's sleep.
Tucker back in to count 1-2, and that one missing. What have you seen from this guy? I mean, obviously, Cubs acquire him, and you had the line where you started to look at his numbers, and you're like, "Holy cow!" But now that you get to watch him all the time, what has stood out?
Yeah, he's just really confident in his plan, and he's really confident when he gets.
On the ground, Cronenworth backhands on the move and throws him out.
You know, when he gets what he wants to hit, he's putting a swing on it. You know, anytime, any count, and there's damage kind of in every situation. So he's just got to really knows himself really well and really confident in his approach.
Let me ask you this, because people have asked me this a lot lately. What impact does Kyle Tucker have on the lineup? And I don't know how to quantify that. I just know he's a really good hitter. It's going to help you score a lot of runs. Is there more to it than that?
Well, I think number one, it's like he just produces runs, right? That's number one. Number two, it's better to hit with guys on base. The numbers are better when you have guys on base hitting. So that makes hitters behind him better. I think there's going to be times when Ian Happ enjoys a little bit more aggressiveness from the pitcher because of Kyle hitting behind him, and all those things. They're small benefits, but they're absolute benefits.
Pitch to Seiya, misses downstairs. Craig, you did a little remodeling down there in the dugout. Took that bench out to your left. You have some open space. Do you have any thoughts about just designs or things you'd like to do with that available space now? Line and oh boy, was that a bullet. Suzuki hits it 114.3, but Machado makes the play.
No, we just wanted to make the space a little more communal, a little more ability for guys to sit on the bench and still feel like they're part of the game and they're part of the dugout. It's a little closed off, kind of on that other side of the dugout. So that was the goal, just make it a little more communal.
Good stuff. Appreciate the time. Enjoy the rest of today.
You got it, guys. Take care.
Craig Counsell, manager of the Cubs, as Michael Busch takes a strike from Randy Vasquez.
I would have loved it if Craig had said, maybe a couple window boxes, some nice daffodils, tulips are nice in the spring.
Ping pong table, maybe foosball. In the air, shallow right center, falling, and Tatis makes a running catch. He was the Platinum Glove winner in the National League in 2023, and he showed off the skills right there. Top of the fourth, we're tied at 1, and Manny Machado gets set to stand in. Machado, then Bogarts, then Merrill against Shota Imanaga. Machado struck out looking after an extended battle with the lefty.
You ready for a random trivia question, number 1 of the season?
Sure.
Who has more career home runs, Nolan Arenado or Manny Machado?
Oh, that's good. Arenado.
It's a trick question, my friend, because they both have 342.
Oh, JD.
I know.
I almost cursed at you right there.
Feel free. I can handle it.
The 1-1. Two balls and a strike on Machado. Here comes swing and a miss.
Machado, a strikeout victim first time, got caught looking at a 93-mile-an-hour heater over the inside part of the plate. It was a lot of fastballs up, some splitters, and then took a couple shots at that inside corner and ultimately were able to ring him up.
Here's the 2-2. Fly ball, right field, and Kyle Tucker, 1 out. Hey folks, it's time to play Mound Ball, presented by Tasty Trade. If the ball stays on the mound, come season ticket holder Doug Berry would win $1,000 in the Tasty Trade jackpot. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I'm not kidding you. Tasty Trade stocks, options, futures, crypto. Sorry, Doug. Blame Shane Liven's part. Xander Bogaerts pops one up, and that'll move off foul, out of play, off to the right.
Hitters just have a hard time squaring up that riding fastball from Imanaga. Maldonado got him, and he will give up some home runs. It's a byproduct of being the fly ball pitcher that he is. It's a style that certainly serves him well on a day like today, typically. And that was certainly the case last year when the wind was blowing in so frequently. But 6 fly ball outs already. And most of them, just kind of lazy fly balls. Bogaerts gave it a pretty good ride his first time up.
Xander Bogaerts' last few years, his performance against lefties has been in decline. Last year against southpaws, he had .223 and slugged .330. The 2-1. Center field, shallow, going out. Horner coming on Pete Crow Armstrong, and PCA makes the grab.
Can of corn. So we got the weekend here with the Padres. Then starting Monday, it's a 3-game set with the hard-hitting Texas Rangers. Be here for it. Get your tickets at Cubs.com/tickets. Night game, and then a matinee Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then it's off to LA. Here's Jackson Merrill. Lashes that one into the gap in left center. It'll bang up against the wall. Pete Crow Armstrong picks it up, fires it into second, and Merrill with a 2-out double. That is a good looking player.
Yeah,
21 years old. He turns 22 April 19th.
It's a good looking stroke. He's got power. He runs well. And just a kid. And they just locked him up. A long-term contract extension.
I thought he should have won Rookie of the Year. And I thought he should have won Rookie of the Year because he played the whole year and established a higher wins above replacement than Skeens. Skeens was awesome. But I thought he was better.
I don't have a strong opinion on that either way, Boo. I would either concur or debate you on that point, but I honestly, I think either guy could justify their victory in that.
Yeah. Yuli Gurriel here. Gurriel at 40 years old against righties. Gavin Sheets doing the DHing. Chop towards third. Shaw will glove it and fires him out. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, and when we come back, Dansby Swanson coming up to hit. 1-1 game. It's the home opener here at Wrigley. Bottom 4 back here at Wrigley, and Randy Vasquez deals. Dansby Swanson takes ball 1 from the right-hander. Swanson walked his first time, the 1-0.
It's like after that first inning, Vasquez has started to get the feel for his breaking stuff, on more strikes or certainly more competitive pitches.
Here comes a 1-1. On the ground to short. Bogarts is there to gobble it up and throw out Swanson.
Cubs baseball is presented by Fast Play from the Illinois Lottery. Download the Illinois Lottery app to play today. Quality baby alert.
I'm on alert. Where's the quality baby?
High alert.
Quality baby?
Where's that quality baby?
Where's the quality baby?
It's coming, I promise.
First one to Nico, misses down and in. Quality baby, yeah!
Hanging with family and spreading the fandom. The little guy's first Cubs home opener. Thank you, Ginger. Good looking little dude right there. Future second baseman, I would say. Going to be a big Nico fan. Another quality baby in the house. Oh my goodness, they're all over the place.
Vasquez ready. Here comes a 1-1. Towards third. Machado on the move and fires a strike to a rise. 2 down. JD, we have fans everywhere, including Brazil. Audrey, let's go Cubs. Let's go. Pete Crow Armstrong here. Rounded back to the pitcher his first time. And the slider misses inside. That one bounced up the middle. Cronenworth on the move. Nice play by Jake Cronenworth, and they take a hit from Pete Crow Armstrong. And Vasquez has settled down. 10 in a row set down by the right-hander. We're at the end of 4 here at Wrigley, and it's a 1-1 game.
I've been able to have, quite a few memorable moments in my career, but one of my favorites is definitely opening day at Wrigley last year. Just the atmosphere prior to the game, during the game, everything about it was something special and something to me I'll always remember.
That memorable moment brought to you by Prevagen. Michael Busch talking about his first home opener in a Cub uniform, and Dansby Swanson before the game talking about how excited he was for some of his teammates to experience that feeling for the very first time. He said, as a major leaguer, you want to be here on opening day, but it's even more special to be on the field as a member of the Chicago Cubs. There's just a different aura about wearing this uniform, especially on this day. Pretty special, guys.
Yeah, Michael Busch, Matt Shaw, some of the youngsters for Busch's second opening day, for Shaw his first. We'll make some memories here today. Jake Cronenworth with the count 0-2. Tell you what, those spikes, Jake Cronenworth. Jake, I love you. You got bad advice there, buddy. I mean, that is just with the sand and the brown and the yellow. That's a no. That's a hard no from me up here in the booth. Fashion police. Sorry. 1-2. I apologize, Jake. Tucker going to get it. Did he hear me?
Take that, Boog.
He's got a double. Him and his lime green highlighter spikes.
Yeah, I mean, if they get you a knock or two, then it doesn't matter whether they match the outfit.
Terrible.
He had just 203 against left-handed pitching last year. He hit one home run all season against lefties. He already has one this year. Came in their opening series against the Braves, so perhaps figured something out against lefties. Perhaps not. We'll see.
Lockridge at the plate, corners creeping in, Busch at first. Lockridge squares, bunted towards third. Shaw picks it up, throw to first in time. So Lockridge puts down the sac bunt.
That just speaks to the conditions here today. Managers, Mike Schilt anyway, willing to play for a run this early in the game. It's the fifth inning, but he's willing to give up the out to get that base runner Cronenworth to third. It's somewhat questionable with your 9-hole hitter coming up. He did homer last time. Pitch clock violation on Shota.
Yep. So now the infield comes in. And Maldonado shortening to bunt. All right, how about this note right here? Since 1901, the most homers from the 9 spot in the order. Here's your leader. Take me to your leader, Martin Maldonado. A home run. On the ground, Swanson coming home. And they got Cronenworth hung up. And Matt Shaw puts the tag on him. Well done. Infield in pays off. And they prevent the run from scoring.
And Cronenworth going on contact here. Dansby quickly unloads, and now it's just a matter of executing that rundown and doing it quickly enough where the back runner can advance. And Maldonado, he's not a speedy guy anyway. You just don't botch the rundown, and you're going to be in good shape.
So now a man at first and 2 down, and the batter is Tatis. That's chopped to third. Shaw's been busy. He'll go the short way to Horner. And the inning over. So the leadoff double doesn't hurt Imanaga. We're midway in the 5th. 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, and beautiful shots from our Megalodon camera powered by Nissan. Nissan makes cars that thrill. Experience the thrill yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. 1-1 as we go to the last of the 5th, and Matt Shaw. Here's the pitch, and that is in for a strike.
Vasquez on the ropes early, has settled in, and remember, Padres bullpen has been lights out. So middle innings very important here this afternoon.
Here's the 0-1. Line drive left field, and coming on is Lockridge to make the catch. Shaw retired, 1 away. And it'll bring up Miguel Amaya. Cubs got their run back in the 1st. A bases loaded walk to Nico Horner. And Vasquez is now set down 11 in a row. Here's the pitch. And that is in for a strike. Two. Drilled to center. Going back is Merrill. Back some more. Near the wall, and he makes the catch. 105.1 at 27 degrees, JD. I'm going to go ahead and say most places, most days, that's getting out.
Yeah, and you see that kind of wry smile on the face of Miguel Amaya. He felt like he got it good enough to knock it out of here. Almost had matching home runs from the 9-hole catchers here today. Maldonado pulled his down the line. Miggy to the big part of the yard.
So he just flied out to center. What he is looking at right there, you see him, he's rounding first. He's looking at the exit velocity and launch angle numbers. That's a base hit into left field, and Happ is aboard with 2 outs.
Carbon copy of his hit back in the bottom half of the 1st inning, and he let off with a base hit, and he was the man that came home on the bases loaded walk to Nico Horner.
So 2 outs, man at first, tied at 1, bottom of the 5th. And Kyle Tucker 0 for 2. He's flied out and he's grounded out. Tucker back in, awaiting an 0-1. Time for our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. Tucker and Seiya Suzuki with 4 homers each. The first time the Cubs have had multiple players with 4 or more homers through the first 19 games since 1954. Randy Jackson, Hank Sauer, and Gene Baker. The 1-1. Inside. Got him to move the feet. 2 balls and a strike. Oh, that's a cool look right there. The wind blowing in. A look at one of the most famous scoreboards in all of sports. The 2-1. He got a piece. 2-2.
We talked about Vasquez's struggles against left-handed hitters earlier in the game, and he's got a very dangerous one up there in Tucker. Double likely scores Happ. Double will be hard to come by. Padres outfielders are very deep.
Happ at first. Arise holds him on. Vasquez sets, fires. And now it's 3-2.
Just such a good take. I mean, kind of recognized that changeup early, didn't even flinch. As a pitcher, you're not sure what to do with that information. Man, I can't even get this guy to twitch a little bit when I throw him that chase pitch.
And now Vasquez will step off.
Maldonado told them to step off, wanted to rethink what they're going to do here on this 3-2 offering.
Off the outside edge. And Tucker might have caught a break right there. Ball 4, and there's 2 aboard with 2 out.
Friday, April 18th is Jackie Robinson Day at the ballpark. Fans who purchase tickets at Cubs.com/specials will receive a Jackie Robinson and Cubs hat. Be here for it. On the first walk since walking 3 in a row back in the first for Vasquez, and he made a real nice pitch, that backdoor cutter on 3-2 to Tucker, pitch that could have gone either way. Fitty.
Yeah, I mean, it's right on the edge. You asked Craig Counsell a good question about Kyle Tucker, the impact on other guys. I loved his answer because it was very straightforward. It was really logical. He just talked about framing it as, well, Kyle Tucker gets on base. So the way he impacts guys is it is easier to hit with men on base. Okay, so how much easier? Last year, you basically got 53 extra points of OPS hitting with a guy on base as opposed to with a runner on. And here's Suzuki with 2 on base. And a breaking ball sweeps outside. Ball 1, no strikes. Seiya lined out, and I mean lined out. He almost took Machado into left field. That was his last time up. He's also popped out. The 1-0. That's a strike.
Probably the hardest hit ball on the day. The Suzuki lineup, 114 miles per hour.
It's the hardest hit ball of the day, JD.
Yeah, it is. He gets the award. What does he win for that?
The 1-2 is a little bit high. I don't know. We probably got some extra potato chips up here or something. You got half a
Better hurry up.
Got half a brownie over there.
Yuki Matsui, a left-hander, is up in the Padre bullpen, so this could be the final hitter for Vasquez.
The 2-2 off the outside edge, and now 3-2. There's Matsui.
Michael Busch, left-handed hitter on deck.
Crowd coming to life. Bottom of the 5th, tied at 1. Vasquez ready. 3-2 on Seiya Suzuki. Good eye, takes it off the edge, and it is ball 4. That is a really selective and patient at bat. I mean, that was a pitch that was just asking to be rolled over to the left side.
Yeah, just, you know, we talk about it all the time. A willingness to accept the walk, pass the baton to the next guy. Don't try to do something heroic and chase a bad ball.
Cubs, by the way, come into today with the 4th highest offensive walk rate in the majors. Mike Schilt out of the dugout. The afternoon is over for Randy Vasquez. Pitching change, and it's brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Yuki Matsui will take over. The lefty on for the 4th time this year. Justin Turner.
Ladies and gentlemen, pitch hitting for the Cubs.
And he comes up to a little highway to the danger zone from Top Gun, paying tribute to the late Val Kilmer, who's a friend of his who passed away a couple of days ago. Turner an opportunity to deliver the lead, and he takes outside from the little lefty.
Matsui's not going to light up the radar gun. It's 91-92, but he has an outstanding split finger pitch that he uses to neutralize right-handed hitters, and did a heck of a job with that last year. They hit just 196 against him.
1-0 to Turner. Foul back. Their bullpen has been spectacular. 26 2/3 innings of 0.68 ERA. Nick Schilt so far, when he's pointed to the pen, he's liked what he's gotten. Happ at third, Tucker at second, Suzuki at first.
And I think it's their ability to shorten games that led Craig Counsell to make this move right here. Even if it's just a marginal, in his mind, marginal upgrade, running Turner up there versus Bush. It's a move you might not normally see until the 7th inning or so, but with that outstanding bullpen coming off an off day, they're well rested. Craig Counsell has identified this as potential game-winning situation.
Now the 2-1. Ground ball to short. Bogarts diving, throw to second, safe, and a run comes in to score. Cubs have the lead. It's 2-1.
And we got their first run on a bases loaded walk. Here they get it on a ground ball. Bogarts probably has a play on Turner at first base. Would not have been easy there either. He opts to try to go to second. And we talk about how speed impacts the game in so many ways. And we've seen a number of plays like this for the Cubs already this year, most notably with PCA running. It comes under the category of play the whole game. Get a good lead, get a good secondary, beat the rap on the force play, keep the inning alive, and get a run home.
Here's Dansby now, still loaded up. 2-1 Cubs. And a swing and a miss. There was that splitter. Swanson a walk, and he's grounded out.
They give Turner a hit on that ball? Yes, they did.
Tucker at third, Suzuki at second, Turner at first. So Justin Turner off the bench and delivers, and the Cubs have the lead by a run. Swanson reaching, and that one lifted foul, and it'll get off out of play. Opening day here at Wrigley. Always fun, the home opener, special vibe. Second oldest ballpark in the majors. One of the cathedrals here in the game, and really in all of sport. JD, I think when you say all of sport, it makes you sound more sophisticated.
Certain gravitas,
doesn't it? Yeah.
And
I think you're one of the best.
I don't think we use cathedral
enough
in any sport other than baseball.
No, you're right. I think you're one of the best analysts in all of sport. I do. I mean it. All loaded up still, 0-2. Swanson got to protect here. Cubs lead 2-1. We're in the 5th.
Choke up a little bit, spread out, use the hands, try to hit a line drive somewhere.
In the dirt, check swing, did not go, says Nate Tomlinson.
Matsui very similar in stature to Imanaga. He's what, 5'8", $165, and similar pitch mix with that 92 mile an hour heater and the split pitch.
1-2 to Dansby. On the ground. Off the glove of Machado. Everybody's safe, and the Cubs lead it 3-1. You got to at least contemplate pointing to the conditions in a spot like that. You're out there a while. One of the things people don't contemplate is that your glove can get hard. It can get stiff out there.
And so can your back, your legs. And normally Machado's going to make that play. Cubs taking advantage of some walks. And now E5.
Yeah, they're going E5. Corner, look out.
Oh my goodness.
That's down there in T-Mac land. You all right down there?
Those are the ones you just put your head above your hands above your head and pray for the best.
Hey.
She's in a foxhole down there.
The 0-2.
Nico can pull some line drives, man. So this inning started 2 quick outs, 5 pitches for Vasquez to record the first 2 outs. Happ gets it started with that opposite field single, and then Tucker and Suzuki work the walk. So a couple runs home here on infield ground outs, or ground balls, I should say.
Popped up foul, and that'll slice out of play and find the seats. 1-2 on Nico. Suzuki is at third. Turner's at second. Swanson is at first. The Cubs have pushed across a couple here on a cool, windy day. John Shambi, Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor. Horner back in, awaiting a 1-2. Here comes. In the air, right field. Tatis, that one slicing, and it gets out of play.
Nico's so difficult to finish off. Rarely strikes out. I think he struck out just once so far this year.
Yeah, one of the best contact guys in all of the game. All loaded up here. He's in a 1-2 hole. Matsui delivers. And again, Nico able to spoil that one. The battle continues. Horner back in. Bases loaded, 2 down, 1-2. Lefty to the plate. Lifted to right. Playable for Tatis. He's got it. And the Cubs leave him loaded. But Justin Turner off the bench. The RBI infield single gives the Cubs the lead. Seiya Suzuki pumped up. And then Swanson. The ball that leads to the miscue by Machado, and the Cubs have a 3-1 advantage. Top of the 6th, and the Cubs have a 3-1 lead, and this from our guy Brian. 9 days removed from open heart surgery. Nothing better for my recovery than settling in for a Cubs home opener on Marquee. You got the new stash too. Keep healing up, Brian.
Looking strong, yeah. And rocking that stash. Well, here we go. 2-3-4 for the Padres. They're getting their 3rd look at Imanaga.
Pitch to Arise, and that one is in for a strike. That was
that was egregious.
Wow. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. So Justin Turner, as we showed you, takes over at first. 0-2 on Luis Arise.
You don't say very often with Arise up there, swing and a miss. One of the top contact guys in the game. Doesn't walk either. Strikeout rate and walk rate down below 4% last year.
He made contact last year at about 88% of pitches in the strike zone. The major league average is a little under 60.
Yeah, he's very much a throwback hitter. Trying to ping the ball around the diamond, doesn't slug it all.
On the ground up the middle, Horner, backhand, jump throw, in time.
We've seen Nico make 2 or 3 plays just like that already this season. We, some concern about his throwing because of the elbow injury, but it's a good strong throw here as he goes airborne to get his man.
Imanaga loving to help. Here's Machado now. 1 down, base is empty. The pitch to Manny, and that's hit foul on the ground.
A little different wrinkle. A little 0-0 slider that time.
0-0 slide piece.
Slide piece. 3rd time through the order. Got to give him a different look.
Check swing and a pitch outside. Did not go, says Big Nate Tomlinson.
Good.
Here's a 1-1.
Just 1 strikeout for Shota here today. It was Machado caught looking back in the 1st.
Here's a 1-2.
Only been 3 strikeouts total in this ball game. Imanaga typically among the leaders in chase rate. He has gotten a lot of swings out of the zone, a lot of foul balls.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and Machado is gone for the 2nd time today.
That first time he got caught looking at an inside corner fastball. This time a more typical Imanaga strikeout, the elevated 4-seamer.
And now it's Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts 0 for 2. He's tried Pete Crow Armstrong in center field both times. The pitch.
Slow curve.
Remember, when he came over here last year, he really cut his arsenal down. And that is, for the most part, the way he used the curve. Right? Steal a strike early.
Just land it, drop it in there. He hasn't thrown. That's only the 2nd one he's thrown.
Left field, Happ is back, and he hauls it in. And a deep breath for Shota Imanaga.
What's happening? No.
Cubs lead 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. A year ago, the Cubs, by a lot of metrics, were a really good base running team, but they felt like coming into this season, they could be even better. A year ago, they made the second most outs on the bases in the major leagues, trailing only the Reds. And so when Quentin Berry and Jose Javier took over the base running duties this year, they wanted to ensure that the mistakes that were made last year would not be made again. So they watched every single out that the Cubs made on the bases a year ago. And their goal was throughout spring training to emulate those game-like situations for their players. So every day, Quentin would come up with an anecdote when it came to base running to try and teach guys little things about being better on the base pass. There's so much speed, and that's been on display, but Q said it best. You can't merge onto a highway without looking and making sure that you're merging accurately. And so they believe speed is a factor, yes, but you also have to be smart, and they believe they can take their base running to the next level. And I think that's a little bit of what you saw this last inning with Seiya Suzuki, being aware and pushing the boundaries a little bit to make plays, guys.
With 2 strikes, he tries to bunt and bunts it foul. And so that'll go down as a strikeout for PCA.
Yeah, I don't hate that play, the 2-strike bunt there by PCA. And here's the hustle play that T-Mac was referencing, Suzuki beating that throw from Bogarts at second base. It's you want to be aggressive without being reckless. I think that's the bottom line.
I don't understand these driving analogies. I'm not a strong driver, you know, like so merging and all that stuff.
Yeah, you got to look. You got to look before you merge. You just can't get over. You got to look.
Right. All right.
Pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And Mike Schilt calls on Alec Jacob now. This will be his 4th appearance of the young season. Funky right-hander, not overpowering. It's a 4-seamer at 83, so that's a bit of an understatement on my part to say he's not overpowering. Got some funk to him. Likes his changeup.
Line drive caught at short by a diving Bogarts. 106.5.
Well, Shaw lined out last time to left. This time he blisters one, but right at the shortstop, Bogarts makes a nice play on him. So a couple pretty good swings for Matt Shaw here today, but nothing to show for it so far.
JD, you did not ask, but I would say I totally agree that the 2-strike bunt from PCA, I'm totally with it. Give it a shot, right?
Yeah, with the third baseman where Machado playing where he was playing.
You just got to block it down.
With the lefty on the mound.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you look at the numbers, what guys hit with 2 strikes on them too, it's, you know, they usually don't do a whole lot of damage in that situation.
Miguel Amaya last time up hit an absolute tank out towards center field. And I alluded to the idea that I think most normal days and in most parks that's getting out. Check out a look and some help from StatCast. In calm wind conditions, check out the teal. Yeah, that thing is gone.
17 feet of wind deflection.
Yeah. Center field. This time Merrill is there. And the Cubs go in order. We'll head to the 7th. It's 3-1.
Hey, Cub fans, go to MarqueeSportsNetwork.com for the latest Cubs news and in-depth feature stories presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit JeffVuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Jackson Merrill takes upstairs. Check swing. No swing, says Bruce Dreckman.
Just 71 pitches now for Shota. Well, we had quality babies earlier. Now we got a quality puppy checking in from Billings, Montana. Miss Merck says, my boy watches all the games with me in Billings.
I've never been to Billings.
Kind of like the Beatles.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss from Merrill.
I've been to Billings.
You have?
Yeah. Yeah. Driven through there a couple times.
More. We need more.
What was your takeaway?
So
more.
What impressed you about Billings?
Well, What impressed me that it's close to great skiing. About an hour and a half of really, really great skiing.
Oh, okay.
Red Lodge, Bozeman's not too far. I think an hour and a half.
You know, they call that Big Sky country up there,
That's right.
too. Yeah,
the Big Sky.
Sure do.
Long-time Class A affiliate of the Reds there in Billings. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Swing and a miss, and Merrill is gone.
Bad hack by a good hitter. This is a breaking pitch, a bad one, but a good result. Normally you're not going for that collarbone high slider.
So one away, and here's Yuli Gurriel. We should get a segment sponsored, and it's just, has Taylor been there? And then we'll just name a city, and we'll go downstairs, and Taylor will just say, I've been there. Boog, back to you.
Boog, also tell the people about our other segment we're starting this year.
I forgot.
About the offense.
Oh, yeah. Throw to Taylor when we need a Cub rally.
That's right. Yeah, well, I think so far in the middle of hits, we've had 2 homers in the middle of hits. That's the power of T-Mac. So if anybody at home is wondering if the Cubs are in a little bit of an offensive funk, there may just be the random. Here's the 2-2 down to Taylor. And then we'll see if someone can run into one.
Because remember, announcers have the ability to impact the game.
That's exactly right.
Breaking news.
Oh my gosh. The 1-2 too high.
Yuli Gurriel spent a good chunk, most of last year in AAA with the Braves, and was acquired late by the Royals. Played a handful of games with Kansas City. He's now 40 years old.
Swing and a miss. Even Naga gets in. That's the 4th punch out for Shota, coming here in the late stages. 2 of them.
How high will they go? That one's nose high. It looks so good, but it's bad for you. It's like that side of fries. You want fries with that, sir? No, I shouldn't. Yeah, go ahead, bring them.
There's Drake Cronenworth and his lime green spikes. He's 1 out of 2. And the 0-1. And that is in for a strike. Cronenworth, who's been an all-star a couple of times.
Let's see a punch out here, Boog.
No doubt. And an 0-2 hole. Just off the outside edge.
If I'm an umpire, I'm caught up in the moment. I'm ringing him up. I'm going to do a moonwalk while I'm calling him out.
The 1-2 in the dirt. And then everybody would say, hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
Exactly.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Jake Cronenworth. Cubs lead it. It's 3-1. We're in the top of the 7th. They play Cronenworth to pull. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Bruce Treckman. Come on, Bruce.
The integrity of these guys are killing me.
Get excited.
Give the people what they want. Yeah, that's a good call.
I think so. 3-2 now. 2 outs, bases clear, and the pitch. And a little roller to first. Fair ball. Bush steps on the bag. And our 7th inning stretch brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Conductor Sport, take me out to the ball game. Your Chicago Cubs Hall of Famer.
Ian Happ at the plate and takes a strike from Alec Jacob. Happ with a couple of hits. And that one upstairs. Jacob, who goes 6'3", about 190 pounds, pitches college ball at Gonzaga.
Not Gonzaga.
No.
Gonzaga, right?
That's right.
Yeah, the Zags.
It's like
It's a no-hitter there, Boog.
It's like Nevada. What's that?
Pitched a no-hitter while he was at Gonzaga.
Oh, I thought you said you pitched a no-hitter.
No, I've never been to Gonzaga.
It's really cool. Their hoop court, it's nicknamed the Kennel because they're the Bulldogs.
They're the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Bulldogs in the college game.
The 1-2. Reaching, popped up. Machado, long run to foul ground. Reaching, and he makes the catch. That is a heck of a play. Wow. Manny Machado in foul territory.
Shifting way towards second base, so he had a long way to go. Initially, it looked like he was going to try to make it on the backhand, and then just a little basket catch.
2 times he's won the Gold Glove, and right there showed why.
Give me the ball, says the kid.
Here's Kyle Tucker now. 0 for 2 with a walk. And a swing and a miss.
A little good let up. You know you have a good changeup when you can throw it right through the heart of the zone like that and catch a hitter out in front. I mean, there's not a lot of action. That ball's not sinking. It's just right through the heart of the zone.
Went right back to it that time. Tucker, a guy who just does not chase very much. And we documented on the road just how good he is keeping his bat through the zone. Cubs lead 3-1, bottom 7. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, so how do you survive in the big leagues with an 84-mile-an-hour fastball? You got to have a real special secondary pitch, and with Jacob, it appears to be that changeup.
That one is low, and now it's filled up. 3-2, 1 out, base is empty. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Cubs 3, Padres 1. Home opener here at Wrigley. Jacob ready. Payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball pulled foul down the right side, out of play. Love a base runner right here, and maybe some insurance or insurance. Outside, ball 4, and there is that base runner.
Time now for the Advocate Healthcare Cornerstone Player of the Day, and it's the Rebel Randy Hundley. What a career he had, 66 through 73, and then again with the Cubs in 76-77. He spent time with the Padres. That's why we highlight him here today. Career high 19 home runs in 66, a Gold Glove winner in 67. He was durable, to say the least. He caught 160 games in 1968. So those are all day games here at home in the heat every day, pretty much. Missed 2 games the whole year.
160.
Yeah. And
Suzuki, an awkward swing, and that makes it 0-2 on Seiya, who's popped out, lined out, and walked.
he caught 152 games the year before in 67. Won a Gold Glove.
The pitch. It's fouled off.
Randy's now 82 years old. You ever do the thing like your dad or your uncle, you do the handshake and then they squeeze your hand and roll your knuckles around? Randy Hundley would beat you at that game every day. His hands are so strong.
0-2. Here comes. Check swing, and he went too far, and he struck him out.
Yeah, he went.
No doubt.
Pitch might have caught the inside corner as well.
Two down man at first, and it's Justin Turner. Cubs 3 runs on 3 hits. Padres a run on 4 hits. There goes Tucker. Pitches in for a strike, and Kyle has a stolen base. And that's his 3rd.
Just picks the right spots.
Maldonado, known for his defense, just got going a little too quickly there. 0-1. And that one hits Turner. So Justin gets plunked. I think it got Turner to Maldonado to Livensparger. Bink, bink, bing. Ricochet rabbit.
There's a reference for you.
Yeah, I'll be here all day.
Bing, bing, bing.
Get way out there. Eagle River, Wisconsin.
Ruben Niebla's finished up his visit, and Alec Jacob will get to work against Dansby Swanson. Swanson a walker ground out, and he's reached on an error. Wandy Peralta is up in the pen, the lefty for the Padres. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and the Cubs looking to add on, threatening with 2 aboard. Runners at first and second.
And notably, nobody up in the Cubs bullpen, so Shota will be back out there for the 8th.
Swanson swings and misses. High fly ball out towards left center field. Merrill going back near the wall, and he makes the catch. And Swanson just missed that. Top 8, and Shota Imanaga back to work. Cubs lead at 3-1. Only 7 total hits in this game. Padres have 4 of them. They've committed the game's only error, but Imanaga has been sharp. Here's Brandon Lockridge. And Lockridge takes ball 1. Lockridge has flied out and put down a sac bunt. Corners creeping in. The 1-0. Swing and a miss.
And Lockridge in the minor leagues last year swiped 46 bases. So speed is a big part of his game.
And the 1-1 in there for a strike. Imanaga's been on point here today. Cubs with a 3-1 lead. In a 1-2.
Well, it's 4 no-hit innings for Imanaga in his first start of the year over in Tokyo against the Dodgers. He was limited due to pitch count, so he could only go the 4. He did walk 4 in that game. And did not allow any hits, and then 7 outstanding innings last time.
Here's Bush, picks it up, steps on the base, and Lockridge is out. Katie, by the way, that's the first time he's ever gotten an out in the 8th inning. Time for a fan of the game, brought to you by Mike's Hard Lemonade, for the love of lemonade. I've never seen that man before. Big Z is our fan of the game. I love it. Cole Kmet, DJ Moore, you're fans of the game too.
And you too, little man.
Elias Diaz is going to hit for Maldonado.
But Skip, I went deep. And the fans are not happy with the pitching change. But there will be a huge ovation.
Imanaga, sensational pitching change at Wrigley. And this quality start brought to you by National Car Rental. Control confidence. And the longest outing of Shota Imanaga's career, 7 1/3. 1 run it was earned on 4 hits, struck out 4, and did not walk a soul. He gives way to Porter Hodge.
And so far so good for Porter here in 2025. 4 innings, 4 appearances, and an ERA of 0. Mr. Sweepy covers the outside corner. Bullpen, a couple of rough days, and one in particular in Arizona, but lights out in that series against the A's.
Ball to strike on Diaz. Schroeder staying in the dugout, watching. See what happens with Hodge and Diaz. 1-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Up top with a 95-mile-an-hour heater. It looked like it had a little cutting action on it. Off the bench on a cold day. It's a tough assignment.
And now it's Tatis. And a swing and a miss. 97. Hodge ready. The 0-1. 0-2.
On the attack. On. Boom, boom.
Sweep the leg. On the ground, Horner, base hit right field. Well, it was a four-seamer at 98. I thought he was going to throw the sweeper. Instead, he went with the heater, and Tatis got enough of it.
Yeah, I mean, again, that one's got a little cutting action. It's at the knees on the outside corner. That's just real good hitting by a really good hitter.
And now Arise, who's 0 for 3. And fouls one back. Nothing in one.
Even though they're down 2 here in the 8th, I would not be surprised to see Tatis run. Arise doesn't drive the ball out, but he's such a good high average hitter. If I'm Mike Schilt, I want Tatis standing on second base early in the Arise at bat here.
Bush holds on Tatis. Ball and a strike on the 3-time All-Star.
Three batting titles with 3 different teams for Arise.
Twins, Marlins, and Padres. Tatis at first, 2 down. Cubs lead 3-1. We're in the 8th. Hodge fires. Good pitch. Here comes the crowd. Arise back in and waits. The 2-2. Another sensational effort for Imanaga here at home. I mean, last year, Shota at home was just must-see TV. The 2-2 fouled off at the plate. Cubs bidding to improve to 25-7 when Shota started.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. He's the magic man. Only twice today did Imanaga go 3 balls on an opposing hitter.
Tatis at first. Here it comes outside. And now 3 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Count goes full. Turner will play behind Tatis at first base. A dangerous hitter and Machado waiting on deck.
There goes the runner. Pitch lined left field. Hat drifting back. He's there. And he's got it. Great work by Porter Hodge. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen. Prevagen is the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. And by Wintrust, Chicago's bank. Shota Imanaga in line for the W as the Cubs lead it 3-1. We'll go bottom 8. Wandy Peralta on, and the pitch to Horner. And Nico grounds it to short. Bogarts throws him out. 1 pitch and 1 out.
So the veteran left-hander Wandy Peralta into the ball game. He's working for the 5th time already. And like so many guys in their bullpen, he has been spot on so far. Got a real nice changeup and a mid-90s fastball.
There's his changeup almost 58% of the time. In the air, Bogarts drifting out and puts the squeeze on that. PCA retire. And our game summary is presented by Wintrust. Cubs with a 3-1 advantage. Shota Imanaga getting an out in the 8th inning, longest outing of his career. And Nico Horner, a bases loaded walk. Justin Turner, the pinch hit RBI infield single. Not a lot of offense in this one. Imanaga's been the story. And right now, the news is good. Bottom 8. Elias Diaz. Can you hear me now? What about now? There you go. Matt Shaw here lined out to third his last time up, or to short I should say, and it was a bullet. Almost 6.5. He's taken some good swings here today, but nothing to show for it. Off the outside edge. One of the things we've alluded to is his speed. By sprint speed, thus far, he's registered as the 2nd fastest Cub behind Pete Crow Armstrong. He went too far that time, and now it's 1 and 2. Next offering missing downstairs. Shaw played shortstop in college, and he's learning third base on the fly, really starting in spring training. But you're talking about a guy who has hit wherever he has been. 2-2.
And caught a break there, top of the zone fastball from Peralta.
Fouled away.
It looks a little unorthodox, but it's results that matter. And as Boog said, he has hit wherever he's gone.
And last year
here
at Double-A Tennessee, he played 2nd, 3rd, and short, and the same story at AAA, although at AAA mainly 3rd. He takes his walk, and with 2 outs, it's Miguel Amaya. Amaya 0 for 3. Cubs lead 3-1.
Padres have walked 7 Cubs today, plus a hit batter. And they've walked 27 times, the Cubs have, over the last 4 ball games.
0-1. Amaya waits. And a throw to first, and Shaw steps in.
Yeah, obviously this would be a good time to steal a bag if you can get a read on the lefty.
Swing and a miss.
Kind of a quick pitch there. Shaw had really gotten his lead before Peralta turned that one loose.
Runner goes. Pitch is cut on and missed. Struck him out. We'll head to the ninth. And the Cubs on top of the Padres. It is 3-1.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. You know, they say pitching and defense wins championships. Cubs have pitched really well here today, and they made some nice plays in the field. PCA and Ian Happ back-to-back early in the ball game. Outstanding defensive work. Here's Shaw coming in on the bunt. And Nico doing his thing. This kind of has become his play. Up the middle, a jump throw. Well done, sir.
Ryan Presley here. And delivering to Manny Machado. And misses downstairs. On for the fifth time. Cubs leading by 2. And the 1-0 is in to even the count. Cubs got a single run in the first on a bases loaded walk to Nico Horner. And then with 2 outs, Craig Counsell was aggressive. He pinch hit Justin Turner for Michael Busch. Turner came up with the RBI pinch hit infield single. Check swing and a roller, but foul. Here comes. A little bit high.
Yeah, I really like that move by Craig Counsell. I just think on a day like today when runs look like they're going to be hard to come by.
Try here.
You know, the conditions really bad. The outstanding bullpen that the Padres have, identifying that early opportunity, and it paid off.
And again with 2 outs, right? So I mean your margin right there for advantage is even smaller, but it's still an advantage.
Yeah, and it's, you know, because it's, again, it's normally managers probably going to wait till later in the game to make that kind of a move.
3-2. And they'll do it again.
Machado nothing for 3. A strikeout victim twice against Imanaga. He has seen a lot of pitches. He had long at bats.
3-2. Tomorrow it will be Nick Pivetta and Matt Boyd. And again, a 120 first pitch. Payoff pitch to Manny Machado. And that one flared foul as Turner will give it a look. About Machado earlier, he was the 3rd overall pick in the 2010 draft. Harper went 1. Jameson Taillon was the number 2 pick by the Pirates. Manny now 32 years old from Hialeah. On the ground, Swanson charges, takes in the big hop, and throws him out.
Toast of the game is brought to you by Vinny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking. And Shota Imanaga, as quite often is the case when he's the pitcher, is our toast of the game. Brilliant work from the lefty here this afternoon. 7 in the 3rd, 4 hits, 1 run. Did not walk a man, struck out 4. If you can't find it at Vinny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
We toast you, Shota Imanaga. Right?
Here's to you, Mr. Split Finger throwing high fastball, throwing left-hander.
Ball 1, no strikes on Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts has flied out twice, lined out once. Right field, long run, Tucker. Corner over there, and they all run out of room.
Cubs trying to hand the Padres their first loss of the year. Cubs will they'll really move up the AP rankings and knock off an undefeated team.
No doubt.
A couple more wins and they'll be bowl eligible.
How do you like the idea that you start off 7-0 and you're still looking up at the Dodgers who are 8-0?
Yeah, that's a little annoying if you're a Padre.
Yeah, that's annoying. Padres will be good. It's a good team. Ball to strike. The pitch.
You know who's really annoyed though?
Tell me.
The Braves.
Ooh.
Because they're the ones that have been beaten by both those clubs.
The 2-1 is outside.
Presser's always been able to spin that breaking ball. Fastball velo's down from his prime. Still has enough where he can compete because of the quality of his secondary pitches if he can command it.
The 3-1. That's through there for a strike. Bogaerts was heading off to first. Crowd on its feet. They want the strikeout. 1 out, bases empty, top 9. It's 3-2 on Xander Bogaerts. Cubs with a 3-1 lead here on opening day at Wrigley. Payoff pitch, and he wouldn't chase. It's ball 4. And now this gets dangerous as the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Jackson Merrill.
First walk issued by the Cubs here today. Yeah, and what feels like a pretty comfortable situation all of a sudden gets a little uncomfortable, doesn't it?
The pitch. And that's a strike on the outside corner. They brought some power into the on-deck circle as well, as Gavin Sheets has a bat, and it looks like he'll be next. It's outside.
Could have been.
Fans wanted it. K-Zone had it as a strike, although just barely. The 2-1. (3-1). And Merrill fouls it away. Now filled up 3-2. The outstanding center fielder Jackson Merrill. Bogarts at first. There's one down. Let's see what Presley chooses to go with here. He says yes. 3-2. Line drive center field. Pete Crow Armstrong. Short hop, gobbles it up and fires it into second. He did an amazing job to keep that in front. And now they're 2 on with 1 out.
Yeah, after spinning a bunch of breaking balls, he goes fastball here. Pretty good idea, but just a bad spot. It's pretty much middle. And yeah, PCA leaving his feet and does a nice job to knock this ball down. If not, it's likely second and third.
Yeah. Tommy Hotovy out to the mound and have a chat with the veteran Ryan Presley. Presley at 36 years old. He's been used mainly as a closer the last 5 years or so, although the Astros made the move for Hader, he lost that gig. But a veteran who's in a jam right here. And a slugger at the plate. 2 on and 1 out. And ball 1 to Gavin Sheets. First time today the Padres have had a plate appearance with multiple runners on base. Bogarts at second, Merrill at first. The 1-0.
Tried the straight change there. And fans getting restless.
Two balls, no strikes. The kick to pitch. Swing and a miss.
90-mile-an-hour slider there. Sheets 2-0 sitting on a fastball.
Presley says yes. Here it comes. A little bit down. Now 3-1. Tap to the left side. Shaw gobbles it up, fires to first in time. Nice play by Matt Shaw on the in-between hop.
Yeah, tricky little play here. Nice job, and then under control makes the flip over to first base. The runners each move up. Tying run now in scoring position.
Not out of the woods yet with Cronenworth here. He's 1 for 3 with the double.
And out on deck, Jason Hayward.
The curveball missing down. So the veteran in the on deck circle. Second and third. The 1-0. And it's lashed foul. Cronenworth, who has certainly played in his share of big spots. He's got almost 100 career postseason plate appearances. He's appeared in 25 playoff games, so he knows high stakes baseball. Second and third. 2 down. The pitch.
Merriweather and Thielbar are up in the Cubs bullpen. You got the base open, so you don't need to give in here. Anxious moments over there in the Cubs dugout.
2-1 on Jake Cronenworth. Presley. And Cronenworth wouldn't bite. Now 3-1. Presley listening now says yes, it's 3-1. Here it comes. Towards first, but foul. Turner will watch it hit the tarp. And now it's 3-2. The Cubs a strike away from securing a win in the home opener. Everybody on their feet here at Wrigley. 3-1 game. Cubs lead the Padres. Top 9, 2 out. What's better than a full house here on opening day at Wrigley Field? How about a W? 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jake Cronenworth. And now Presley will step off. Time called, and Amaya is going to go and visit the hill.
You mentioned all the postseason experience Cronenworth has had. Obviously, same could be said for Ryan Presley. All those years with Houston. 47 postseason appearances for the veteran.
This is an extended chat. All right, what do you see him going with, and does he give him a strike?
Well, you know, I think he likes to spin the ball low, below the barrel is what I'm thinking, whether it's a slider or the curveball. And if you miss and he walks, move on.
Here we go, 3-2. Right through there, got him. He froze him with a fastball. Ball game, Cubs win.
I think Cronenworth was thinking the way I was thinking. And
wow.
The conversation from Amaya was just that. Last thing he expects to see here is the heater. And he pulled a rabbit out of his hat and beat him with a 94-mile-an-hour heater. Some drama for sure, but all's well that ends well as Ryan Presley busts one over the inside corner to end this ball game. Sing the song, everybody.
Sing it! Ryan Presley freezes Jake Cronenworth to finish it off. And the Cubs win the home opener, beat the Padres, and continue their roll. That'll do it from here for Jim DeShays, Taylor McGregor, and our entire outstanding crew. I'm John Shambi. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final, Cubs 3 and the Padres 1. Tomorrow, the Cubs and Pods back at it. Game 2, Matthew Boyd, Nick Pivetta, your scheduled starters. Coverage begins at 12 Central. Up next, Cubs post-game live. Cole Wright, Cliff Lloyd, and Elise Menaker. Cole, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Boog. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are going to win today, and then on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, so that makes 4 in a row. Everyone's feeling good, right, Cliff?
Yeah, they are. I mean, you know what? They did some little things right. It was cold out there. Shoulder was amazing. Elise, what you got?
That was a great game. I think it was well played all around. Did some little things right to win a team that hadn't been beaten yet.
Yeah, keeping it simple. First loss of the season for San Diego. We're recapping that and more. It's next on Cubs Post Game Live. Don't you go anywhere.